Some of the other activities that we did during this 2 week period was I observed Carolina conduct a group that she put them in a semicircle again, and then tossed a ball around. A ball from the Alzheimer's Association, which had questions on it, and each time before she would throw the ball, she would ask them the question, and then they would catch the ball, and then they would have to answer the question and then throw it back to her, and that worked on both their physical and mental conditioning. Participation in other activities. Some of the participation in other activities that I took part in over this biweekly report. St. Anne's does Tai Chi with a man named Bernard. He comes in every other Monday during the month. And then we do music on Fridays, which we bring in contracted musicians, and they come in for pay every Friday. We also do yoga with Haley. She does it about once a month. They also at times can take them to like sporting events and Walmart and botanical gardens and the mall to do like Christmas shopping around Christmas time and things like that. So those are the type of things that St. Anne's does with their residents as far as outside activities. Our interactions with other disciplines during this biweekly report are usually during care plan. We have the RN, like the head nurses, restorative care, social work, nutrition, and physical therapy, occupational therapy at times, depending on the patient's needs. But that's when we all the different disciplines get together and they discuss a patient's or resident's case and their individual needs and what they need to do from here on out. But as far as a day-to-day, we don't really interact, at least the interns don't, with other disciplines. I have in the last couple of weeks observed a speech therapist give one of the residents lessons on how to eat, so he didn't aspirate during feeding, like swallowing and stuff like that, so he doesn't choke during swallowing, so he doesn't choke during feeding. But other than that, the only interactive interdiscipline interactions that we have are during the care plan meeting. The experience I have during my internship doing an in-service or additional training is the other interns had to learn how to feed the residents, so they had to be trained by the speech therapist. But because of safety reasons and the CP, they prefer that I don't feed the residents, so I wasn't trained in that, which is fine. But Carolina does want me to do a in-service on training her staff on how to do different activities with the patients, and that will be my with the residents, and that will be my in-service project for my internship. Is a PowerPoint presentation and on how to train the staff on the different activities that they're able to do with the residents throughout the day. In this section, I will be discussing my own personal insights on my internship so far at St. Anne's Nursing Center. I find it to be very challenging for me physically, as far as doing a lot of the activities because of my fatigue levels. I also find the Alzheimer's disease to be very difficult as far as and also language. In my case, I don't speak Spanish, so it's very challenging for me to work with a lot of the residents because they only speak Spanish, and the Spanish is also affected, but their language is also affected by the Alzheimer's or the dementia. So a lot of times they don't make sense. So that, and on top of the Spanish, it's very difficult for me to work with them. I do have a set of patients in the annex that are, a lot of them do speak English, like the majority of them. So I am able, my primary station when I'm at the annex is when I'm at St. Anne's is the annex, and I do a lot of good in there. Like I said before, I work with a 52-year-old woman who had a stroke and suffers from aphasia, and I'm working with her with with the iPad with a match game, and then when she picks a card, I'm able to, she has to pick a card and then say what's on the card, like watermelon or apple or banana, things like that. It's usually fruits that she picks out, and she has to say whatever's on the card. I'm also working with her right now on making complete sentences. Like if she picks an apple, she must say this is an apple, or if she picks bananas, she must say these are bananas. And she's made remarkable progress throughout my 8 weeks there. So, and then I do have some cases where, I see a lot of decline from the patients. Like example, today is Thursday, February 22nd, and I saw a lot of there was a lady that I was working with when I first got to St. Anne's, and she I would play music for her, and she has Alzheimer's disease, and I would play music for her on my iPhone or my iPad, and she would love it. She would be smiling, she'd be happy, she'd be telling me she loves me and all this. And then I haven't seen her in about 2 or 3 weeks, and what happened was she got sick and was in the hospital, and I just saw her today for the first time, and it was hard to watch because she has declined so much since the last time I saw her. And she's very aggressive. She used to be a sweet person, and now she's very aggressive. She's very mean. She's very confused, and I have a feeling she doesn't know what's going on anymore. So that's the one thing I don't like about St. Anne's, is that I like St. Anne's, I like the people, but the thing is, I find it difficult because one day they can be perfectly fine, or not perfectly fine, but they can be in one condition, and then you come back the next day and they're in a total different condition. So so it can be quite challenging at times.